still homeless, and very little of benefit has percolated from the spread of Islamic banking and financial institutions, so far as poor Muslims are concerned. Don't think that I am belittling the achievement of Islamic financial institutions. It's great. We have hundreds of Islamic banks and Islamic insurance companies and whatnot, but all of them are serving the rich Muslims. Very little benefit has gone to the poor Muslims. So due to all these factors and some changes in the environment also, people in the Arab Spring had different priorities. You must have heard, the first thing they wanted is dignity. Every human being, even the one who is homeless, who is starving, wants to be treated at equal level like anybody else. So the new agenda of 3 items can be enumerated as human dignity, fair treatment, and need fulfillment. Instead of eliminate riba, implement zakat, and ensure economic development, our new economic agenda should be and has become ensure human dignity for everybody so that everybody is treated equally, ensure fair treatment so that there is no zulm, no fasad, and no corruption, no bribery and extortion and exploitation, and see to it that everybody's basic needs like shelter and clothing and food and healthcare and education, these are fulfilled. Now there is a big difference from the old agenda to the new agenda. One of the differences which silently has taken over is that the old agenda by definition was confined to Muslims. You eliminate riba, you implement zakat, all these are religious terms. When you say ensure human dignity, you are naturally including everybody, Hindus and Muslims and Christians and Copts and Jews and everybody. When you say fair treatment, it is fair treatment for all, for the lowly, for the higher up, for the black, for the white, for the German, for the Italian, for the Buddhist, for the Hindu. And when you say ensure need fulfillment, you don't define people by, you don't define the needy by his religion, you don't define the needy by his color, you define the needy by his need. A hungry person is a hungry person. And when you say that Islam wants to secure universal need fulfillment, you are saying feed every hungry person and clothe every person who needs clothing, and you don't say this benefit should go only to Muslims. So you see, if you compare this new agenda to the old agenda, you will realize the difference. One other difference is that the new agenda appeals to the common man, appeals to everybody. Everybody, when you said implement zakat, of course, only those are touched who have money to spare, who have surplus money out of which they can pay zakat. And it immediately strikes the non-rich as an irrelevant thing. Simply when you say we want to have interest-free banking, those who have nothing to buy, new strategies and new priorities always give you new partners. Now I believe that as compared to eliminate riba, implement zakat and ensure economic development at the national level, this new agenda of ensure human dignity and fairness and need fulfillment for all and each has the potentiality to enlist cooperation from everybody. And this everybody does not exclude the religiously oriented population, whereas it does include the so-called secular population, people who care most about employment and standard of living and peace and dialogue and harmony. And that's good. I think the conditions in which we in the East are, and in the long run for everybody on the globe, require this change of strategy, and this, I think, leads us to the last point which I will emphasize, and that is, earlier what happened that after presenting the theoretical model of Islamic banking and finance and Islamic economics during the 50s, 60s and 70s, in the 80s the emphasis was that let some Muslim countries demonstrate Islamic economic living by their example. So we pinned hopes on Pakistan, Iran and Sudan. But that was not to be, because as we discovered later and as we know now, our rulers, howsoever sincere and motivated, they are not free agents. They can't do what they like to do, because the world level management of finance and monetary arrangements and economic affairs is in different hands. They are the people who rule. Our rulers don't rule. So, conscious of this, we should have a two-pronged approach for change. One should be focused on our own countries. Let us try our best to give Tunisia and Egypt and the Gulf countries and Malaysia and everybody, everywhere, a good economic and monetary system. And at the same time, and more important, considering it more important, we must participate at the international level on in the intense debate that is going on after the recent crisis, which started somewhere between 2006 and 2007 and still continues, and whose after effects are devastating not only North America but European economic community and everywhere. So people are analyzing why the crisis was. I have tried in this paper, if you look at section 4, that debt financing and speculation bordering on gambling has been the main culprit. I hope some of you will read the paper, and I'm sure other learned presenters of papers will emphasize some other factors. So at the same time, we try to steer our own economies along Islamic lines. We try to influence at the world level economic management, monetary management, financial management according to Islamic values, because I do believe everybody knows that the values Islam stands for, sometimes we refer to them as maqasid al-Sharia, are relevant to every human being. They are not specific to Muslim by religion only. People of all faith want fairness, and actually there are so many groups, Christian groups, Jewish groups, Buddhist groups, Hindu groups, who are trying to ensure fairness in economic management and do away with discrimination and corruption. So let us join hands with them wholeheartedly, and let there be a new beginning and with new hopes. I'm sure the future can be better than the past. Only thing, we should not insist on repeating the past, doing more of the same. The future is different from the past. It requires a different set of priorities and a different type of strategy. I've tried my best to outline them in the paper I wish you could read, and I'm very thankful for the workshop organizers to have given me this opportunity to address you from a distance. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.